Today we're diving into one of the most iconic workhorses of the United States military logistics fleet, a vehicle that has quietly yet powerfully carried the load through decades of service, the M939 Series 5-ton 6x6 tactical cargo truck. When people talk about legendary military vehicles, tanks and armored personnel carriers often steal the spotlight, but without trucks like the M939, none of those frontline machines would ever make it to where they need to be. Born from a need for ruggedness, simplicity, and all-terrain capability, this truck family has earned its place in military history and continues to be relevant even in 2025. Wikipedia. The story starts in the late 1970s and early 1980s, when the U.S. Army recognized the need to modernize its fleet of 5-ton tactical trucks. The predecessor M809 series was solid but aging, and the Army wanted newer components, better drivability, and increased reliability across a range of operating conditions. From this requirement came the M939 series, a 5-ton rating truck with 6-wheel drive meant to carry a full 10,000-pound payload off-road and even more on roads. Wikipedia. Under the hood, the M939 and early A1 variants were powered by a large Cummins NHC 250 diesel engine, a naturally aspirated inline-six displacing 14 liters, pumping out around 240 horsepower and massive torque. Later models, particularly the A2 versions, moved to a more compact turbocharged Cummins 6CTA 8.3 engine, also rated around 240 horsepower but with improved efficiency and torque characteristics. This was a critical upgrade, giving the truck better performance with less weight and improved fuel burn. Brokopedia. That powerplant is paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission and a 2-range transfer case, sending torque to all 6 wheels. In practical terms, this means that the M939 is equally at home crawling through mud, rock, and trail, or cruising at highway speeds when needed. Its rugged leaf spring suspension and robust axles are designed not for comfort, but for reliability, the kind of reliability that's critically important in combat and deployed logistics operations. With a top speed in the mid-50s to low 60s miles per hour on pavement and a range often between 300 and 400 miles on a full tank, the M939 was versatile both on and off the beaten path. Brokopedia +1, but raw specifications only tell part of the story. In real operational use, the M939 series became known for its adaptability. The basic cargo truck was just one variant. The same chassis underpinned dump trucks, tractor units for towing, wreckers for recovery duties, van bodies for specialized missions, and even bridge transporters. Soldiers came to rely on the M939 family because it could be fitted to nearly any logistical need the Army faced. Wikipedia. In the extreme conditions of the desert during conflicts from the Gulf War to later operations in the Middle East, the M939 series demonstrated its robustness under harsh climates, heavy loads, and extended missions. Some A2 models were equipped with central tire inflation systems (CTIS), allowing drivers to adjust tire pressure on the move, a huge advantage when traversing soft sand or rocky terrain. Oshkosh equipment. While its battlefield performance earned it respect, the M939 wasn't without criticism. Early in its service life, braking performance was considered less than ideal, especially on slick surfaces or when lightly loaded. This led to modernization efforts over the years, including retrofitting anti-lock brake systems to improve safety and control. Despite these upgrades, the overall design remained intentionally simple to make maintenance easier in the field. Everything explained today. From a logistical perspective, the M939 has proven incredibly durable. Hundreds of thousands of miles under load over rough terrain were common. It wasn't designed as a smooth commuter truck, its ride could be bouncy and its handling very truck-like, but when it came to hauling heavy cargo where it was needed, it rarely complained. This rugged attribute made it a favorite among drivers who had to depend on it day after day, often far from maintenance facilities. Wikipedia. By the early 1990s, newer medium tactical vehicles began replacing the M939 in frontline U.S. Army service. However, because thousands were built and because they were built tough, these trucks didn't retire quietly. Many found second lives on civilian markets, in firefighting fleets, off-road enthusiasts, collections, expedition vehicles, and even in foreign militaries. The surplus market for M939 trucks remains active in 2025, and prices vary widely depending on condition, mileage, and whether any modifications have been made. Wikipedia. So how much does one of these trucks cost today? If you're looking for a non-running project, Some sellers list early M939 units for surprisingly low prices, sometimes just a few $1,000s, though you must keep in mind that restoration and operation costs can quickly eclipse the initial purchase price. At the higher end, restored, mechanically sound examples or newer A2 models can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, with some well-maintained trucks listed anywhere from around $20,000 to $40,000 USD or more on enthusiast and surplus markets. These figures can fluctuate based on region and demand. Enthusiasts often compare the pricing to more modern military surplus like the FMTV series, noting that older 6x